evening and welcome to the Monday, July 28th regular meeting of the City of Burbank Planning Commission. Before we begin our meeting, there will be one general period of public comment tonight during oral communications. Persons speaking during the general public comment period may provide the Planning Commission oral communication on any matter concerning city business. Members of the public may comment in person or by telephone during the general public hearing public comment periods. If you would like to participate in the public comment period by making an in-person comment, please present a completed speaker card to planning staff. If you would like to participate in the public comment period by telephone, please call 818-238-3335. We will announce when the phone lines are open. Please join me for a moment of reflection. This moment is intended to begin our meeting with a positive and collective support for our beloved community. The Planning Commission welcomes everyone joining us this evening. We encourage you to take a moment to reflect on our community and the work we will be doing tonight. Although each of us has our own unique reasons for being here, we are united in our passion for our wonderful city. As we pause, let us consider our own individual contributions and what they mean to those around us. Let us find solace in knowing that by working together with a shared spirit of community and partnership, we will always act responsibly for the betterment of Burbank. Will everyone please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great. Madam Clerk, will you please conduct the roll?
Vice Chair Wick,
Present.
Commissioner Safarian,
Present.
Commissioner Van Gorder,
Present.
and Commissioner Bennett.
I'm here.
Thank you.
Great. Do we have any announcements from city staff?
No new announcements.
Great. Thank you so much. There is one public hearing item on tonight's agenda. Now is the time and place for the public hearing of project number 21-000629, a request for a conditional use permit, CUP, submitted by Marseille Engineering on behalf of business owner Gary Gavoyan, I apologize, applicant, to allow the installation and operation of one new soft-touch automatic car wash system within a former automobile repair bay at an existing car wash located at 1420 North San Fernando Boulevard in the NFFC North San Fernando Commercial Zone project. The project also proposes changes to the site's vehicle queuing and circulation patterns to accommodate the added car wash system, including relocating the site's main access point from North San Fernando Boulevard to Scott Road, which would include the closure of multiple existing driveways along the North San Fernando Boulevard street frontage. Before we begin, do any Planning Commission members have any legal, financial, or other conflict of interest relating to this hearing?
No.
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 Great. Have any planning commissioners had any communications, including written or oral, with any person about this project?
I have not.
No.
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 Great. Mr. Ramirez, have the notices as required by law been given?
Vice Chair, they have.
Great, thank you so much. Are there any written communications on this matter?
We did not receive any written communications.
Great, thank you so much. Will the representative of the Community Development Department please introduce yourself and summarize the matter before us?
Can I please have the presentation on the screen, please? Good evening, Vice Chair Wick, members of the Commission. My name is Joseph Onyebuchi, Associate Planner. The project before you this evening is a request for a conditional use permit to allow the installation of one new soft-touch automatic car wash system within a former automobile repair bay at an existing car wash that currently operates one soft-touch automatic car wash system tunnel located at 1420 North San Fernando Boulevard. The property owner is attending this hearing this evening as well. This slide shows the aerial view of the project site. The site is a triangular lot located at the intersection of North San Fernando Boulevard and Scott Road. These roadways are identified in the Burbank 2035 General Plan as a secondary arterial, San Fernando Boulevard, which is intended to accommodate both crosstown and regional traffic, and a local street, Scott Road, which provides access between residential areas and the broader arterial network. I have highlighted residential areas within the vicinity of the car wash in orange. The project site is within the North San Fernando Commercial Zone, or NSFC, which permits a car wash use with the approval of a conditional use permit. The NSFC zone is highlighted in blue in the zoning map above. The project site has a land use designation of corridor commercial in the Burbank 2035 general plan, which encourages the development of neighborhood-serving commercial uses that support the daily needs of nearby residential areas. The land use designation is highlighted in pink in the general plan land use map above. The project site is approximately 17,860 square feet in size and is a triangular lot, as I said before. It is improved with a 1,170 square foot single-story commercial building used for the operation of a car wash. One soft-touch automated car wash system currently operates within a tunnel on the site, which I highlighted in blue, and several outdoor vacuum stations are currently located on the east side of the car wash tunnel. To the north and east of the site is McCambridge Park, located within the open space zone. To the south, commercial office uses are located within the NSFC zone. And finally, to the west, commercial office and retail uses are located within the NSFC zone. The project site is continuously operated as a car wash, sometimes in conjunction with auto maintenance and repair, since 1953. The existing commercial structure was originally built in 1964 and has been modified through the years to reflect its current configuration. The previous auto maintenance repair operations incorporated the use of all bays currently located on the site. The current business, Burbank Express Car Wash 24/7, has maintained car wash operations exclusively since August 2021 and is proposing to install new equipment in one currently unused auto repair bay, shown here in the bottom photo. That's bay number 5. The car wash is a legally established use that predates current zoning regulations and therefore is considered legal non-conforming. As mentioned previously, the project is a request for a conditional use permit to allow the installation of one new soft-touch automatic car wash system within a former automobile repair bay at an existing car wash that currently operates one soft-touch automatic car wash system tunnel. The project also proposes changes to the site's vehicle queuing and circulation patterns to accommodate the added car wash system, including relocating the site's main access point from North San Fernando Boulevard to Scott Road, which would include the closure of multiple existing driveways along North San Fernando Boulevard street frontage. The project site is in the NSFC zone, where uses are regulated according to the standards of the C3, or the Commercial General Business Zone, as specified in Burbank Municipal Code Section 10-1-2706.8A and Table 10-1-502. Under these provisions, a car wash use is conditionally permitted and requires the approval of a CUP. Although the existing car wash use was legally established prior to the current zoning requirements, prior to the current zoning requirements, and has been maintained without interruption, the proposed modifications to the site require the need for a CUP. Currently, vehicles queue for service by entering through a driveway on North San Fernando Boulevard, which is limited to ingress only. The queue forms in a single lane that runs toward Scott Road. Once queued, vehicles turn south to enter the car wash tunnel. After completing the wash, vehicles exit via a separate egress-only driveway, also located on North San Fernando Boulevard. However, patrons wishing to use the vacuum stations must exit the property entirely, circulate the block, and re-enter via Scott Road due to the lack of internal circulation between the tunnel exit and the vacuum area. This circulation pattern has caused regular vehicle spillover onto North San Fernando Boulevard, a designated secondary arterial, thereby interfering with traffic flow and creating potential conflict for pedestrians. The applicant is proposing to install one new soft-touch automatic car wash system within former Repair Bay 5, which is highlighted in red on this site plan. In addition, as part of the project, the applicant is proposing a revised circulation plan to resolve spillover onto North San Fernando Boulevard and improve site functionality. To address this traffic issue, the applicant is proposing that the existing tunnel's operational flow be reversed and vehicle access be consolidated on Scott Road. Therefore, the driveway along North San Fernando Boulevard would be closed. Vehicles will now enter the site via an access point along Scott Road, and vehicles will be directed to either queue within the double queuing lanes highlighted here in brown or drive toward Bay 5 to utilize the proposed soft-touch car wash system. The vacuum stations will be relocated along the eastern portion of the car wash equipment room to align with the new traffic pattern. 3 attendants, which are highlighted here in yellow, would be stationed on site to ensure the new traffic pattern is followed and to maintain adequate circulation on site. The proposed operational characteristics for the car wash are as follows. The hours of operation will be 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. 6 employees would be working 7 to 8 hour shifts, and 3 employees must be stationed on site at all times. Existing access to the site from North San Fernando Boulevard will be permanently closed, and access to the site will be from Scott Road only. Vehicles will queue within the proposed dual queuing lanes, entering the existing tunnel from the south and exiting along the northern portion of the site. The installation of a new soft-touch car wash system, modification of the site circulation, and minor facade improvements to the existing car wash use require a CUP. Staff has found the project to be consistent with Burbank Municipal Code regulations for commercial retail development in the NSFC zone with the recommended conditions of approval, and has found the project to be consistent with required CUP findings pursuant to BMC Section 10-1-1936. Staff has included several conditions of approval to ensure safe and orderly site operations, including that a minimum of 3 attendants be present on the project site at all times during business hours, that no off-site queuing shall occur along Scott Road or any adjacent right-of-way, that the hours of operation are 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, and that no right turn entry on Scott Road only sign to be installed shall be installed on westbound North San Fernando Boulevard. This project is exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act pursuant to Section 15301, Class 1 of the state CEQA guidelines pertaining to operation, repair, maintenance, permitting, leasing, licensing, or minor alteration of existing public or private structures, facilities, mechanical equipment, or topographical features involving negligible or no expansion of existing or former use. This exemption is applicable because for the majority of its lifetime, the facility was used both as a car wash and as an auto repair shop. The proposed location of the soft-touch automatic car wash system within one of the previously used auto repair bays is considered a replacement, not an expansion, of an existing or former use of the facility. Public outreach for this project was done in accordance with Burbank Municipal Code Section 10-1-1942, which includes a newspaper notice, mailed notices to tenants and property owners within a 1,000-foot radius, and installation of 1 on-site sign, all at least 10 business days prior to this hearing. Therefore, staff recommends that the Planning Commission approve the CUP request by adoption of a resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of Burbank approving project number 21-0006269, a conditional use permit to allow the installation of 1 new soft-touch automatic car wash system within a former automobile repair bay at an existing car wash that currently operates 1 soft-touch automatic car wash system tunnel, located at 1420 North San Fernando Boulevard, based on the findings of fact and subject to the attached project conditions of approval. Thank you, and this concludes staff's presentation. I'm joined by my colleagues from the Transportation Planning Division and obviously my colleagues from Planning, and we are available to answer any questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much.
I will now invite the applicant or their representative to address the Planning Commission. You will have a maximum time of 15 minutes.
Good morning. My name is Gary Gojanian, and thanks for having me here today. I'm a little nervous. I want to thank Mr. Joseph for everything he said. It came out of my heart. However, I have only one suggestion, if possible. On the weekends, which is our busiest day, after if we pass this, with God willing, if we can remain the same hours of 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., because people are really, the location is good, we keep it clean and it's not noisy, and people are really loving it, and if I can get the same hours, I was hoping to get more, and I understand it's not going to happen, but if we can remain the same hours, I would really appreciate that. Otherwise, Joseph said everything right on the money. I'm here to answer any questions if any of you have it.
Great, thank you so much. We'll open it up to public comment first, and then we'll probably have questions for you or for
Okay.
staff, so.
Okay, great.
All right. You can have a seat for a second,
Okay,
and we'll invite
thank
you
you.
back up. Thank you. All right. We will now open the meeting to hear from any persons who wish to speak on the matter. Each person may address the Planning Commission for a maximum time of 3 minutes. For members of the public who wish to comment in person, please present a completed speaker card to planning staff if you wish to speak. For members of the public that wish to come up by telephone, please call 818-238-3335 to address the Planning Commission. Callers will be placed in a queue until all person comments have been received. The phone lines are now open. Please bear with us as it may take a couple of minutes for the first callers to get through the line. For callers, please remember to lower the volume on your TV or computer and take the phone off speaker when you deliver public comment. Madam Clerk, do we have any speakers in person or on the line?
No speakers or callers.
All right, we'll give it a minute in case anybody's moved to talk about car washes. Nothing? Okay. All right. Seeing that there's no public comment, I'll declare the public comment period closed. Would the representative of the Community Development Department like to make any further comments?
No further comments at this time.
Got it. Does the applicant or their representative have any further comments at this time? Great, thanks. All right, does the commission have any questions for staff or the applicant? Yes.
I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
One of the conditions of approval is no offsite queuing to occur along Scott Road or any adjacent right-of-way. How is that going to be handled? Is it just that the amount of business that you guys have wouldn't be enough to spill out onto the street?
Let me interrupt you for, who's the question
Please.
for?
Oh, this is for the owner.
The applicant?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Do you want to come up, sir?
So when that happens, now we're going to have an additional bay. I'm sorry. My name is Gary Gevojanian. I'm the applicant and the business owner. So if it queues on the Scott Road continuously going north to south, we will have that same attendant that was Mr. Joseph was mentioning before. There will be a spot where he will go and ask people to come back in a little bit. Very simple fix.
Joseph Onyebuchi, Associate Planner. On the site plan, there are 3 designated locations for the attendants, and we have a condition of approval that the attendants must be on site at all times. I don't know if we can bring it up for reference, but generally, can you bring it up or? Okay. But it is their job to ensure that there will be no off-site queuing. If there are vehicles that are queued on site, the attendants, it's their job to wave them off. And they may have to circle the block or find parking elsewhere until there's room on site.
Okay, thank you.
But that is a condition of approval.
Okay, one more question for the applicant. I have to imagine for Bay 5, the new soft touch thing that's going in, it's ingress and egress,
Correct.
right? So they got to go in and they got to come right back out.
Correct.
One of those attendants will be responsible for helping people in and out of that space?
100%.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Is that it for now?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question too for the applicant.
Go
if you
for
don't
it.
mind. To piggyback off of that, I was curious about ingress and egress as well. Usually, there needs to be an appropriate turning radius to exit since the sidewalk is pretty close to this area. I drove by the site before coming just to get an idea of how tight it is. So if they are backing out, how would they be able to exit without going onto the public right of way?
Okay,
Is there like a measurement or something the engineer can
So
speak on? or
what
plan
what
on?
we're going to do after everything is done, that parking lot that you saw, it's going to be always vacant. There will not be cars parked in there waiting for anything. So the person, he'll be elderly lady, a new driver or professional. All I have to do with my attendant, they just have to back up straight. And then after that, they can go other way, left, right. They can make any mistakes they want because when they're backing up, there's not going to be anywhere that they're going to hit the car until they will see the exit, and they'll just exit it. And of course, we'll have another attendant watching them all the time.
Okay, thank you
Thank you.
for that. And then.
Sorry, if I may,
Yes.
Joseph Onibuchi, Associate Planner. I do have a member of the Transportation Planning staff that might be able to answer more technical questions on how we looked at site circulation and turning radius, if that would help, but he is available.
Yeah, I actually would love to speak to them because I was curious on how it's, because when I was driving by, San Fernando is where you enter from currently, and San Fernando seems like it's more appropriate versus Scott Road, since Scott Road is busier and a tighter road than San Fernando, because cars do spill out. I noticed there were a couple cars waiting to queue in, and there's like a lane, you can go a little bit to the right and go in, whereas on Scott Road, it is a shorter distance from the corner. Cars are going in different directions. So I was curious on how planning and staff determined.
I think one of the changes with this site plan now, with the proposed site plan, is that we're also going to have double queuing lanes, whereas currently there is one single queuing lane, and that was, the reason for most of the spillover onto North San Fernando Road. So while you're right, Scott Road is more of a local street, we believe that the new design, where we have double queuing lanes, will be able to receive the incoming traffic and store it on site properly. So there's more capacity on the site now.
And I wanted to just know if there was consideration to open up a curb cut to allow for the car in Bay 5 to come in through Scott Road and exit onto San Fernando and turn right. Was that a consideration at all?
Hi, my name is Chris Bonamo. I'm a transportation planner in the Community Development Department, Transportation Division, and that was something that initially, I believe, might have been proposed in a very early draft, but that curb cut would be very close to the corner and too close per city standard plans that are administered by our traffic engineers in the Public Works Department.
Isn't there a current curb cut there right now?
It is unused. So they're from previous uses. I think Mr. Onibuchi said that the building was from 1953. At various points in time, there may have been other points of egress or ingress on San Fernando, but currently the only point of ingress or egress on San Fernando, the only curb cuts that are in use are the ones by the current tunnel.
So they're going to close the existing one then?
Correct.
Okay.
So there will be no points of ingress or egress along San Fernando. No ways to get in or out there, only on Scott Road.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Vice Chair, if I may just,
Please.
the other thing is the removing the driveway approaches on San Fernando were really important to us, especially that one, because as you come out of that bay, you're actually coming across the sidewalk at an angle as opposed to straight on. So your field of view is limited, and unfortunately, in the absence of any restriction, people are so close to the corner that someone turning right from Scott onto San Fernando is going to be basically picking up a car kind of when they're already in the lane of travel onto San Fernando. So my recollection and dealing with traffic engineers, they really frown upon coming out of a driveway at an angle as opposed to straight ahead. So this approach with the double queuing lane mitigates a lot of what naturally would have occurred on the street by basically artificially creating that queuing on-site and having a longer, more extended area where vehicles can queue in this kind of corkscrew scenario where you're kind of reversing the orientation of the tunnel. So we were able to add a lot more space there. The other thing too is the yellow dots that are on the image. The owner mentioned that it was really important for us to have three attendants on site at all times. And that is because, especially in the circulation zone, that attendant actually is kind of like the vehicle manager. So they'll tell people to stop, wait, while someone is in that particular bay where they're doing the wash, as well as those that are using the blowers and dryers. So they'll be able to manage that. So in the absence of that, we probably wouldn't have been able to come to a conclusion that we could support it. But because of the applicant's intent to have those three on-site attendants, they're able to manage any sort of spillover onto the street, as well as actually to manage the on-site circulation as opposed to leaving it up to self-management by all these vehicles coming on and off. In the absence of the attendants, I think it would be a difficult orchestration of all these activities occurring on one site. But this was also not just a construct of our own, but as you saw in the attachment, they actually had Gibson Transportation planning staff look at this, and their team evaluated on-site circulation flow as well as street flow, and working with Mr. Bonomo and Mr. Joseph Onyebuchi and the rest of the team, as well as the traffic engineers for Public Works. The version of the site plan you have in front of you is actually the most optimal scenario to facilitate the car wash.
And that Gibson study can be found in Exhibit F.
Yeah.
In your
Perfect. Thank you so much. And final question. The removable bollards for the emergency exit, how is that going to look? Is it the type of bollards that come up from the ground and then will be released down, or is it removable like they're cones, or what is that going to look like?
Chris Bonomo, transportation planner. The bollards they're not the automatic ones that come up and out of the ground, but they can be removed by hand. And they're not the ones in the roadway, in the public right-of-way. Those ones are meant, you'll see them on Front Street. They're plastic. They can get hit and they'll come back up. These are more sturdy, made of metal, steel, I believe. But they can be removed as needed for an emergency situation, but they could very much withstand a car kind of glancing it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Any further questions for?
No,
Anyone?
nothing from me, thank you.
I actually have a question for staff. Do you have any thoughts on the request to open an hour earlier on Saturday, Sunday? Is that a city thing?
Yeah, this is, I'll take this one just because this was my construct. So they had originally requested a 6 a.m. all days. And the only thing I was a little concerned with, and that's why it's in front of you, and we're open to, if you all feel that it's not an issue, I just wanted to be mindful on Saturday and Sunday. It is, as far as the flow of traffic and noise, it's a lot quieter. There are residential properties about 250 feet across San Fernando. There's an R1 behind the commercial, as well as multifamily further up on Scott. If the commission so desires to allow the time to start at 6, and we don't have any concerns, operationally, we're okay with it. I just wanted to be mindful that in the past, when we've had other commercial operators, that we've requested that they start a little bit later on Saturdays and Sundays, but it's well within your purview.
Can you please pull up the presentation, please?
But to be clear, the applicant did originally request 6 a.m. start time for every day.
Is it possible I can say something?
Please.
So Gary Gevojanian, the business owner. So the second bay that we're adding, actually the first bay, they're identical machines. However, The first bay, when the wash is done, you go forward and the dryers kick in and then it dries with the high pressure air while you drive forward. The second bay, however, as far as the noise, not only the whole thing is covered, also since we're not going to drive exit to San Fernando Road, we're going to back out after the wash is done. When the vehicle wash is done, one of the bridges actually going to have a built-in dryers, which are 4 times, it's been calculated by the book, it's 4 times less noisy and not as powerful as the other ones that I have. What they do, they just go back and forth and dry the car up, while inside the bay, and we don't have those big blowers, so the noise will be eliminated. I just want to bring that up. That's already there. I have no changes, but hopefully that will help to go back to the hours.
I actually have a question
Yes.
going off that. During the week now, how many customers do you have between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m.? Just, I won't like hold you to an exact number, but could you
6
approximate?
a.m. to 7 a.m. We do about 10 to 12 cars an hour.
10 to 12 cars an hour from
Yes.
6 to 7 a.m. Okay.
Every hour. We're always busy. People wait before we open.
Yeah.
And we keep apologizing after 9:30, 9:40 that we're going to be, the machine's going to close by the time they get to the kiosk. So me or one of my guys will always go there and talk to customers daily, and have them not to waste their time because the machine's going to shut down at 10. So that's a daily conversation with people. Sometimes it becomes an argument, but that's what it is. People
Yeah.
love it. I mean, I think it's a good thing that we're coming up with.
Yeah, I drove past the property today and it was quite busy.
Yes,
So
always.
how long does each car wash take?
So we have 3 packages. There's 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and 5 minutes.
Okay.
Each one takes additional minute because of extra chemicals goes on a car. The drying is a separate, it's another minute and a half, but it doesn't bother the car wash vehicle that is originally in a wash right now. The second bay is going to be a little bit slower, about 25% slower, because it's going to get dried up and then they're going to back it out of the bay. So that's what we're already losing time right there and hurting another 2 hours each week. It's kind of painful.
Got it.
Please
Thank you.
consider it. Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Any other questions for staff, applicant?
Yeah, I have a question for staff. If the primary concern of opening at 6 a.m. Is noise, could we allow this kind of thing on a provisional basis? And then if there's a complaint about noise on a Saturday, to then review that allowance?
It's well within the purview of the commission to do so. I would suggest, we're not averse to it. If the commission feels that the request is reasonable and you so desire to modify the condition, we're not averse to it. If, and in the same vein, if you modify it to 6 and there are no issues and we don't receive any complaints, as you're well aware with a conditional use permit, if it was an ongoing thing where, hey, there is an issue and it's brought to our attention, that could be a reason for the CUP to come back for a modification. So I'd rather, to be business friendly and hearing the applicant's explanation, staff's comfortable with if the commission so desires to modify the time back to 6. It's not an issue, but based on past practice with you all, I wanted you to be aware that we were mindful of addressing any potential land use concerns with protecting and preserving our neighborhoods. And if that is the case, instead of putting a thing where we have to come back, I think if you feel comfortable enough modifying it, then you can modify it. And then if we don't have any issues, there's no complaints, there's not kind of ongoing issue, then there'll be no need to come back for you at all. And I would suggest, if that's in your consideration, that's an option that we would feel comfortable with.
Great. And do you know offhand, have there been any calls about the property?
No,
Any
in
calls
the
or
report,
complaints?
there haven't been any code enforcement or other complaints. So I think from that standpoint, the applicant has shown that they're a good business operator. So we have full faith in that as well.
Great. And it's currently open at 6 a.m. 7 days a week?
Gary,
or-
the applicant is nodding his head from the seat,
Okay.
so I would say yes, that's correct.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Any other questions? You're good? You're good? All right. I now declare the public hearing closed and the Planning Commission will now deliberate. What is the Planning Commission's pleasure?
I just wanted to say I don't mind having them start at the time that they currently are starting at, and also, you know, from the consumer perspective, consistent hours are always better, so people know when to expect a business to be open, and varying hours can be frustrating. So I am in support of that. I am in support of the project, and yeah.
I'm comfortable with that as well. I would like to put in a clause, something along the lines of, and I'm just prefacing here, where just something, if there's 3 calls within 6 months, then about noise complaints, then it would have to come back to us. The only other thing that I would maybe suggest, and I'm not like married to this by any means, but perhaps just having a sign saying, you know, no music, respect the neighborhoods. I know that there was something along the lines of, there was one sign, I don't remember what it was, but I think it was like no right turn or something. But just, I mean, we proposed the same sign for restaurants, bars, just saying to respect the neighborhoods. And it sounds like your customers love you and respect, but that's the only thing I would maybe put in, is just a sign.
We currently have like 4 of them.
Okay.
No loud music.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go. Anyone else have anything to say?
No, I'm good with the early hours as well.
Commissioner?
Same, yeah, 6 a.m. sounds good.
Okay. And as far as putting anything, a noise complaint,
Isn't that kind of, I think the staff was saying that's kind of in there by definition of a CUP, right?
I think
I think we
to the
should
vice
define it.
chair's point, if you want that to be an automatic trigger, I would just, if that's add that on to the hours, I think is a good approach. That way there's clarity to the expectation of the operator that if there are noise complaints, more than 3 in, that you said a 6-month period?
yeah, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what's pretty standard, or?
Is it 3 or a year? I think for a lot of other ones we get complaints.
Or if it's a
Yeah.
year,
Yeah, I think if you do 3 in a 6-month period, I think that's giving a lot of latitude. Yeah.
okay. I would say, I understand the need for simplicity, but also too, because, and I'm not trying to single out a single operator, I just would like to state that, but I feel like maybe we are setting a little bit of a precedent here by having a car wash open early, and so if, let's say, a similar business comes before this commission, I want to make sure that we also put the same stipulations on that in terms of a noise complaint pipeline.
Yeah, I support that.
Okay. All right. Any further deliberation, or does anybody want to make a motion? Do we
I'd
wanna
like to
just
make a
sit here?
motion to accept the terms that we've just discussed.
I second it.
Okay, so you're moving to approve as amended.
Yes, with
Okay.
the 6 a.m. start, 3 complaints within 6 months to trigger a review of the COP.
Okay, we have a,
A second.
yes, we have a motion, we have a second. May we have a roll call, please?
Vice Chair, I missed it in that lightning speed.
Sorry.
Comment. So Commissioner Van Gorder made the motion, and then
Yes.
who did the second? Oh, Sarafi, okay. So you have it, okay. Thank you.
Sorry, I run a fast meeting.
She's in a parking space that she needs to get out of pretty soon.
I'm gonna get my
we-
car
we
washed after, no, I'm
appreciate-
kidding.
Vice Chair Wick,
Yes.
Commissioner Safarian,
Yes.
Commissioner Van Gorder,
Yes.
and Commissioner Bennett.
Yes.
Great, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. Where are we? All right, now is the time for, wait, no. Hang on. Public comment. Sorry, I just had to find my place, sorry. Now is the time for reports from city staff. Are there any reports to the commission?
There are no reports.
Great. Now is the time for the approval of the minutes from April 28th, 2025 Planning Commission meeting. Are there any questions, comments, or a motion?
I will move to approve the minutes as written.
All right. I will second that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
All right, no opposed. Minutes passed. All right. Now is the time for oral communications from the public. Any person speaking during this period may address the commission on any matter concerning city business. Each person may address the planning commission for a maximum time of 3 minutes. For members of the public who wish to comment in person, please present a completed speaker card to the planning division. For members of the public that wish to comment by telephone, please call 818-238-3335 to address the planning commission. Callers will be placed in a queue until all in-person comments have been received. The phone lines are now open. Please bear with us as it may take a couple minutes for the first callers to get through the line. For callers, please remember to lower the volume on your TV or computer and take your phone off speaker when you deliver public comment. Madam Clerk, do we have any speakers on the line or in person? Uh-oh.
I have no speakers or callers.
Okay, we'll give it a minute. Nothing, no car wash,
No.
late car wash people, okay.
No.
All right, there being no further public comment, I now declare the public comment period closed. I saw like a, oh, no.
No,
okay.
that was a scratch.
Oh, okay. I thought like, wait, someone was wanting to, okay. Now is the time for additional agenda items. Planning Commission members may introduce new items for discussion, but no action may take place except to place these items on a future agenda. Do members of the commission have any items to introduce?
I'd like to introduce an item.
Okay,
I'd like to agendize the discussion for designating Vice Chair Wick at our
Okay.
next meeting.
okay. All right, well, you have that. Anybody else have any agenda items? Okay, well, as you know, we won't discuss that, but staff has your suggestions, so.
Passing it along to staff.
And, yeah, all right. Now is the time for city planner comments. Are there any comments from the city planner?
Just one. I believe this afternoon you all received an email from our planning manager, Scott Planbeck, and he was just informing you all that we recently provided an update on the specific plans to the council. So it was kind of an opening report, city manager reporting out at the beginning of the meeting. And that was emailed to you as well as the link to the council meeting. So if you wanted to watch the full presentation beyond just getting a copy of the slide deck. So just wanted you to be aware of that. I think Commissioner Van Gorder had a question regarding the specific plans. That should provide information as far as up to date of that meeting. And then we're reporting out on a monthly basis to the council, so we can also share those with you when they're available. And it's just a progress in the work effort. Work is well underway on the specific plans, especially the 3 for the Media District, Golden State, and Downtown. And they're working both on the specific plan document as well as the environmental. There's a lot of technical work that needs to be done. Most of those specific plan areas are over 500 acres of land, and we have to do a high-level analysis of both the land uses that are going to be allowed as well as all the impacts potentially that we need to evaluate to things like utilities, environmental concerns that there may be in different areas of concern. In particular, we have things like the utilities that we want to make sure we're in alignment with. And that work is well underway now. And then ultimately, once all that is available, you have 3 specific plans that we have to judiciously lay out in a certain sequence so that we can bring them to you, as opposed to having all 3 on one meeting, which would be like watching Star Wars, all 6 versions of the movies of all the sequels and prequels here in
Let's
one
do
night.
it.
Is that a bad thing? Wait.
Yeah,
I
let's
was
do
confused.
it.
Can we just do Andor?
As exciting as
I
that
just
may
finished
be,
Andor,
but we may get the public and members of the council not feeling the same kind of love. So to be strategic, we anticipate the media district will come first. Soon thereafter, within the new year in the summer, we're going to have downtown and Golden State. We'll see which one finishes first, but there'll be one right after another. And then while all that's going on, Rancho is in the thick of it as well. So As a matter of fact, I believe August 9th, there's another at one of the downtown shopping centers in the area there in the Rancho. They're going to be having a booth where they're going to be taking additional feedback from shoppers and members of the community. And then in addition to that, there's work that's underway. We've been out there walking the neighborhoods, evaluating things, talking to members of the equestrian community on a one-on-one basis. So all that level of effort is currently underway, but clearly that work is in the earlier stages of identifying needs, identifying constraints, identifying opportunities. So we're hoping once these specific plans are done, you'll start seeing a lot more additional work being done with the community and engaging them with a working group, and that level of effort will, get the same level of care that the 3 specific plans have received. But that means you all will be very busy towards the end of this year, and pretty much the summer of 26 for you all is a big one. And knowing that we do have a member that would be joining the commission as of August, the work docket for the specific plans is going to be a major endeavor. While that said, we also have other discretionary projects like the CUP for the car wash. We have others that will be coming to you. There'll be, and duly noted, that Commissioner Van Gorder showed an interest for who he would want to be the chair. So there'll be a reorganization once we have all 5 members sitting, and you'll get an opportunity to formally propose someone for a chair, take a vote, and then propose someone for a vice chair. We will also be doing a Brown Act training in the coming weeks. So that'll be happening. And so yeah, you all be very busy. Like tonight, appreciate the input. Appreciate the changes to the conditions to right-size it for not only the business, but also to address any community concerns. And that's why the beauty of what you do, really appreciate your effort, because you represent the community, your stakeholders in that community and constituents, and that's why council appointed you all, is to make sure you safeguard the impacts to the community when you're evaluating land use decisions. So tonight was a great example of how that occurs, and no doubt once we have all 5 sitting, there'll be a lot more of that kind of work to occur. So a lot of feedback, I guess, in the city planner comment, but I'll try to be less verbose in the future. But I was trying to fill the time since we were short, and I know we still have time on your meter, but that closes our city planner comments.
Great. Thank you so much. All right, we will now adjourn to the Planning Commission meeting on Monday, August 11th, 2025 at 6 p.m. This meeting will be held in person in the City Council chambers at 275 East Olive Avenue. The public is invited to attend the meeting in person or to view the meeting online, on television, or in person. The public will be able to provide public comment in the following 3 ways: in person at the appropriate time during the meeting by leaving an e-comment on the city webpage, www.burbankca.gov/e-comments, or by calling in directly to the Planning Commission at 818-238-3335. Thank you for your participation and have a good night.